Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tiffany. In today's video I'm going to be talking about my new job. So I know I've mentioned that I got a new job in like 3 different videos now. I mentioned it in We Take on DC video. I mentioned it in my updated makeup morning routine video, and then I also mentioned it in my Amazon fashion haul. So 3 videos now, and I have not given you guys details about why I got a new job and what my new job consists of. So today I'm going to do all of that. So if you guys would like to know a little bit more about my new job and how I got it and why I got it, then please keep watching. So I'm actually really excited to sit down and do this video with you guys, just because I'm loving my new job. And once again, the weather is playing me, so I'm sorry if it's not bright and sunny like some of my other videos are. I don't know what's going on, but lately, anytime I've been sitting down to do a YouTube video, it's just, the weather's just like, okay, we're just gonna remove the sun so you can have like a cloudy video, but whatever. So if you see me looking from the side to the side at my computer, it's just because I do have like some bullet points that I just want to touch on while I'm going through this video with you guys. So let me just first start off by doing a recap of what my previous position was. So at my previous job, I was the PR manager at a PR showroom. And at this business, we had several different services. So we had the PR showroom, which was my department. Then we had the retail, then we had e-com. And I think they were in the midst of trying to do another service before I left. I can't remember, sorry. But so I managed the PR showroom. And in the PR showroom, we had about 20-ish fashion designers, all emerging from all over the world, by the way. So I did sample trafficking, media placements, social media tracking, and any events that was taking place with PR, and really just anything really dealing with PR for the designers. It would all fall on me. And I loved doing that. I was with that particular company for 2 years. Prior to that, the owner of the company that I just left, she actually had another company that was actually very similar to where I just left, but she had to close it down due to COVID. So when she started this new company, she reached out and I started doing that. But at her previous company that she owned, I was doing the exact same thing that I did at my last job. So I was familiarized with that, I knew what to do, so I was able to just jump right in and pretty much just pick up where I left from the last job. And although I loved working there, I loved my colleagues, I loved my boss, I loved our designers, I wasn't feeling challenged anymore. I didn't feel like the job in itself was exciting, just because every day was kind of like the same thing. You know, I get there, check my email, appointments coming in, new designers coming in, and it was kind of like the same thing over and over, and nothing was really being changed. I didn't feel like there really was going to be any room for me to really grow and get a new position or anything like that. And to top it all off, your girl needed more money. I'm just gonna put it out there. Your girl needed more money. Like, I have a master's degree. So I was like, it's time for me to look out there and see what I can find. And so I knew for sure that I wanted to stick with fashion. If you guys watched my earlier videos when I touched on how I got into fashion and anything like that, I always knew that fashion is where I needed to be. So I knew I didn't want to leave that industry. I just didn't know what I wanted to continue to doing. Like, I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue doing PR, just because I felt like if I got another PR job, my routine would kind of just be the same as what I was trying to get out of. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to stick with PR, but I was looking for other PR jobs, preferably one where I didn't really have to deal with the samples. It was more so the actual PR stuff that I would be doing, like pitching, press releases, other type of events and stuff like that. So that's kind of where my focus was, just because I did the sample trafficking part of PR. I wanted to do the computer work now. And I wasn't having any luck, if I was being honest. I started looking for a new job. I was maybe about 4 or 5 days after my graduation. So for those of you who don't know, I graduated May of 2022 from Hashton University with my master's in public relations. So 4 days after my graduation, which was May 22nd, I started looking for a job. And I kid you not, guys, it just seemed like a roller coaster. Like, I honestly forgot what it was like to apply, go through all this process, and not get a job, just because I was at the job for 2 years. And even then, when I got that job, I wasn't really looking. She just happened to contact me out of the blue and say, hey, would you be interested? So even then, like, my mind just wasn't really on the process of looking for a job. So I forgot how the whole process worked. Like, looking for a job is a job in itself, and it's just crazy. So I went on countless interviews. There was one job that I interviewed with, and I got all the way up to meeting the owner of the company, and I didn't get the job. Like, I was actually really heartbroken, because I just felt like that was the one. And a lot of the times I got my hopes up a lot about some of these jobs, and I just didn't get it. And it was a roller coaster of emotions, I will say, but it definitely taught me patience. It taught me to, I don't want to say not necessarily get my hopes up, but pretty much, yeah, not to get my hopes up too much, which is probably not the best advice. I don't really like to give out, just because everyone deserves to be excited about something, but I feel like you have to get your hopes up in certain parts of that moment, if you guys kind of get what I'm saying. So countless interviews, so many Zoom meetings, so many phone calls, and nothing was working. So at first I was actually starting to realize, okay, maybe it's not meant for me to get a new job. I got this master's degree, maybe where I'm at, I'll probably be elevated. No. So I just kept looking. I didn't give up, although that was kind of where my mind was going. I didn't give up. I kept looking. I was on LinkedIn, I was on Indeed, and I preferred LinkedIn just because I felt like it was a little bit more on the professional side, and to be honest, a little bit more safer. Like, I found some pretty good jobs from Indeed, but even then, it was just some of the other jobs that I would see up there on Indeed, I'm just like, I don't know about this one. But LinkedIn, I stuck with LinkedIn, kept applying, and then I applied for this position that I'm at now, and I had a phone call with the HR coordinator, and she told me she was going to speak to the showroom manager and get back to me. She actually didn't get back to me. So I figured, okay, another one bites the dust. I'll keep looking. Went on more interviews after that. And then the HR coordinator at the job that I'm at now, she actually emailed me and said, hey, sorry I didn't get back to you, but we actually ended up closing the position, but we're reopening it. Are you still interested? Guys, in that moment, I knew this was all God, because I was just like, what? So I told her yes. I met with the showroom manager. From the LA office, and I met with the brand strategy director at my New York office. I met with all of those people, and I got the job. And I actually got the phone call. I got the phone call at the gate to head to DC. So yes, when I was filming, oh, we're on our way to DC, I got the phone call. So she actually emailed me the day before I was leaving and said, hey, do you have time tomorrow for a quick call? And I was actually really nervous. I was like, what does she want to talk to me about now? Like, do I have another person to meet with? And my grandma was like, no, you got the job. And I was like, there's no way. Like, I didn't believe it, but I was like, why else would she need to call me, right? Like, if anything, she would have just communicated with me through email, but I didn't want to believe it. But I was like, okay, I'll see. And then at the gate is me and my best friend. My phone rings. The lady's like, you got the job. She sent me my offer letter, signed that immediately. I was not wasting no time. And yeah, so that's how the whole process went. So in DC, we had a lot to celebrate, which is why you heard me sprinkling, I got a new job, so gotta be smelling right, gotta be looking right. But that was a lot, but it was nice to finally say, okay, yes, all this hard work that I've been putting in for applying for jobs, it finally paid off, and I got the job. So my new job consists of me working 5 days instead of 3 days, which actually, honestly, guys, that was something that I had to get adjusted to, because I got so used to working 3 days a week that now I'm working 5 days. So I got to wake up early than what I was before, because at my previous job, I didn't have to be to work till 10. So I was able to get up at like 8, and my new job I have to be there at 9, so I gotta wake up at like 6:30. Just because the commute is a little bit longer, and I don't really necessarily like to get there exactly at 9. I do like to get a little bit early, maybe to get breakfast or anything like that, or walk around. So yeah, 6:30. That, like, honestly, the only time I really wake up before 8 or 9 is if I'm catching a flight. I'm just being honest. If I'm not catching a flight, there's no reason for me to be up before 9 o'clock. So, but now with this new job, I have to be. So my new job, I work from 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, and we get summer Fridays, which I'm actually really happy about. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit a hater towards my grandma because her job offers summer Fridays. So her summer Fridays start, I think the Friday after Memorial Day for her job, and then it ends, I would say, the Friday after Labor Day. I think that's when it ends for her. So, and I was a hater. I ain't gonna lie, I was a hater because it's like, why do you get summer Fridays and I don't? Like, I was a hater. But now I have summer Fridays and I'm actually really happy about that. So on Fridays I work from 9 to 1, which honestly is amazing because I be tired. And it's just like, it's Friday, it's the last work day of the week, you know, I got the weekend, and I'm just like, yes, I'm just gonna go home and take a nap. And that's literally what I've been doing on my Fridays when I come home. Just come home and take a nap, because your girl be out, like I be tired, but I love my new job. So what my company is it's not PR, it's wholesale. So we have well, first let me say we have 4 locations. We have the LA office, we have the New York office, we have the Dallas office, and we have the Atlanta office. I obviously work out of the New York office. So we have about, maybe 21 designers on our roster, all contemporary or advanced contemporary brands from, I don't think any are really based, actually yes, like 2 or 3 are based in LA, and the rest I think are like Australian or something like that. So well, not me, but like the company itself helps these brands get into retailers from around the world. So I don't know if they've been able to do any international retailers. I think that's been talked about doing if it hasn't been done already. But it's mainly just like different retailers here in New York, Long Island, Florida, just all over the US. I'll just put it like that, all over the US. They've been working on getting these brands into retailers. So the account executive are the ones who meet with the retail buyers during market week, during Coterie. For those of you who don't know, Coterie is like this big event that happens at the Jacob Javits Center twice a year. And for those who don't know, Jacob Javits Center is a massive conventional center. Like car shows that happen in New York happen at Jacob Javits Center. So that should tell you everything. So Jacob Javits Center is where we have Coterie twice a year. And it's like this big, massive event where like retailers from all over the world come and look at all these brands. And when I say it's like booths on top of booths on top of booths, it's just chaotic, but it's a fun time. I've actually done Coterie twice before with a brand from LA, not at my current company obviously, but when I was like in between jobs and I would take like little internships or freelance jobs here and there. There was a fashion company from LA who was in Coterie, so I actually helped them out twice, 2 different years, and it was fun. So I know what to look forward to when Coterie does happen, which I believe is happening sometime in September. We're currently planning for that right now, so that's gonna be fun. But so I am a showroom coordinator, so it's me and 2 other people, and pretty much our job is to make sure the showroom looks good for when retail buyers or maybe a new potential designer wants to come and join our roster. They may come to the New York office or wherever. So to make sure the showroom looks good. If any new designers or new collections join in, we check that in. And it's a whole complete different system for what I had to do at the PR showroom. So it was weird to have to learn a whole new check-in system because I got so used to doing it at my other job. So we check that in. And then there's some things that happen where like, excuse me. There's some things that would happen where like maybe a piece from the collection is not a bestseller, maybe it is a bestseller. So if it's not a bestseller, we call those drops. So that pretty much means the designer is dropping it from their collection. So if it's a drop, we have to look to see how that brand operates. So sometimes their drops, they may want us to send it back to them, or they may have their own PR firm that we send it back to, or we may put it in our storage unit for when we have sample sales. So it really just depends on what the brand may be categorized in our system as what we're supposed to do. Bestsellers, obviously, we keep on the showroom floor, and then we have like these cute little black nibs that says the company's name on it, that we put around the hanger for bestsellers. Drops, I just said what we do. New collections, depending on the season, they also get like certain new nibs and everything like that. So it's a whole new system and a way of doing things that I had to learn. And the first 2 weeks I was just like, what the hell did I get myself into? Because like, I don't know about this, but I'm really started to get into the hang of it. I've been here now for almost a month. July 20th would make an exact month that I would have been at this job. And I love it, guys. Like, I know I keep saying that, but I just love the excitement. I love the new challenge that we have. It's really great. And there's also like some softwares that I have to use, like Fashion GPS. And it was crazy because when I was actually looking into doing other showroom positions, kind of like what I just left, they kept saying, oh, do you know anything about Fashion GPS? And I didn't, because at my old company we didn't use Fashion GPS, we just use regular Excel. And so now I'm learning Fashion GPS, which is great because there's no way that you're working with samples and you're not using Fashion GPS. And so I'm actually really excited I'm learning about that. There's two other softwares that we're using called Jor and New Order. So that's kind of like where the retail buyers can go in and place their orders, their reorders for maybe pieces that may have sold out or anything like that. So we're learning more about that. We're learning Fashion GPS. One thing I will say though is that every week I'm in like 3 to 4 meetings. Like, I kid you not, it's just meeting after meeting after meeting. I think my busiest day for meetings is Wednesday. I think on Wednesday I'm in 3 meetings. So every Wednesday I'm in 3 meetings. Like, your girl be tired. So I would say about each week I'm in about 4 to 5 meetings, and I'm just like, but I can't really complain because I love it. And the meetings aren't, okay, they are long-winded, I'm not gonna lie, they are long-winded, but they're very informative, and we all just really just like get together, bounce off ideas, maybe give feedback about something, or maybe give our suggestions about something. So that's also really great, just because we didn't really have that at my other job. You know, of course we had meetings once a month when we got together and talked about what's been happening. So I would talk about what happened in the showroom. The retail manager would talk about what's going on in retail. But it wasn't informative, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, it was just like, okay, we're talking about what happened and that's it. Like, at this job, we're really sitting down, bouncing our ideas off, you know, helping each other out, and just overall just lending each other a helping hand. And that way we can also help our designers as well. So that's one of the things I really love. It's just like, no one is really just focused on their position. We all lend a helping hand with no matter what. Everyone's just so friendly. Like, like, I love it. Like, I was nervous going into this job because I was like, everyone here has been here for like years and years. And like, everyone has their own cliques already, and I'm just, you know, the new person, you know, I don't know, but everyone is just friendly and welcoming and helpful. The account executives, the VP, director, like, everyone's just like helpful. They always check in on us, make sure we're okay. So I love that. So yeah, we're in a lot of meetings each week, but can't really complain too much because the meetings are informative and they're helpful. So when we're not checking in on a designer, or maybe removing jobs or nibbing our bestsellers, we're going through our OTS closet, which means open to sell. So really just check to make sure that those are still open for us to sell. So open to sell meaning we just put it in the sample sale. Managing sample sale, preparing for market, which our market is actually coming up. So market is pretty much where we have we open up the showroom to buyers to come in and view the collections, and then we're also going to be preparing for coterie. So that's going to be fun. Although I've done coterie before, I've never actually been in the planning process of it. I've just been right into it, set up, assist the buyers, break down all that. So now we're really going to be in the planning stage, the packing up the showroom, taking it to coterie. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait to sit down and do a video about that for you guys. So coterie dates are in September. I don't remember the exact dates, but once that is going, I'll be sure to sit down and do a video to update you guys on how that went for me. I know I'm saying a lot. Like, how many times I said already? Like, it's ridiculous. But it's just so much that goes on at my job. Like, no 2 days are the same, which is what I really wanted. Like, of course, there's gonna be days where it's like you're doing the same thing, but I wanted it to be. I gotta describe it. I just still wanted something different. Like, I didn't want my days to literally just be the same thing over and over. And at this job, I'm either, you know, helping an account executive pack for them to go on the road to meet other appointments in like different states or anything. Like, we actually just packed up one of our account executive suitcases because she's going to Long Island for like 2 or 3 days, and she's meeting with some of her retail buyers. There I go with again. So we packed up her suitcases. She had about 7 suitcases. That was a lot of suitcases. I was out of it by the time I finished packing up her suitcases. I was like, this is a lot. But it was fun. And then sometimes we'll get like, sometimes maybe the other showrooms may email us and say, hey, do you have this piece? We need it for one of our account executives who's going on road. So we'll pack that up. Or maybe a designer's collection is finished and they get ready to send a new collection, but they want us to send back the old collection. We'll pack that up. So it's always just like new things going on that I really love, and we're learning so much. And although it's not PR, I have always wanted to get into wholesale just to learn how that part of the fashion industry actually works, just because I did coterie, like I mentioned, and at my old job we did do wholesale, but we actually had a wholesale like show in Paris. So my boss was signed up to do Chinoy, I think like twice a year, but I wasn't going, so I didn't know how the wholesale works. So it's nice now to be able to be in the wholesale industry and part of the fashion world and really just see how that all works, and it's so fun. Hopefully we'll have the opportunity to go on the road with some of the account executive. That is a possibility, as well as something that I've been told that sometimes the showroom coordinators will go on the road. We will be helping out during market week. We will be helping out during coterie. Sometimes we may have to fly to the other showrooms to help them out to prepare, just because, well, Dallas and Atlanta are our smallest showrooms. New York and LA are our 2 biggest ones. So Dallas and Atlanta, their team is small, so sometimes we may have to go down over there to help them out to prepare for their market, or maybe their other trade shows that they may have going on. So that's a possibility as well, which is nice because, you know, you always hear about these people who have to travel for work, and now, you know, your girl is part of that. Like, I'm actually really excited for that. So it's fun. I love it. And I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. Like, I it's just like, you just started a month, what do you mean? But, you know, some people who be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this job for like a here and there, and then I'm gonna go find something else. I don't know, you guys. Like, I really love this job, and it's a whole new learning experience for me, and it's opened me up to a whole new world. Cues in the Little Mermaid song. Is that Little Mermaid, A Whole New World, or is that Aladdin? Oh, I have to do research. It's either Little Mermaid or Aladdin. I can't remember, which is bad because I love Disney growing up. But yeah, this is just a whole new world, a whole new environment, but I love it. My commute is about 30 to 35 minutes, which is not too long, but I am going past where I used to work, so the commute, when I first was commuting there, I'd be like, okay, where am I going? And although I've been to that area before, it's a lot. My office is located in the Garment District. If you saw a visit to the Barbie Cafe at the end, I'm not gonna talk about that, but yes, we were in the Garment District. We were literally right across the street from my job. and I love it. Like, I know I keep saying that, but I love this job. Like, I don't think I've ever been so excited for a job before, which is very telling because I love working in the fashion industry, but eventually these jobs just become exhausting. And although when I come home, your girl is tired, like beyond tired, I love it. I really, truly, truly do. One of the main things I'm excited about this because I had mentioned that I do plan on having my own showroom sometime in the future, and one of the services that I was considering having on was actually wholesale. So this is perfect for me because I have PR under my belt. I did PR for about 6 years, so I have that under my belt. I know what to do. I know how to do a press release. I know how to pitch. Like, I've done all that already, so it's just like, okay, let's learn something else. So I'm really excited to learn wholesale and see if that's something that I want to offer down the line when I have my own showroom. So we shall see. Oh, I actually touched on all my points. So that was kind of it. I know I just like rambled, but hopefully you guys get the gist of what I do, and you guys get the gist that I love my new job. If you have any more questions, I'll be happy to do another video. I might actually film another video on like kind of like some behind the scenes jobs in the fashion industry for those who may want to do the fashion industry but don't want to be in the forefront like me. I don't like being in the spotlight, which is ironic because I have a YouTube channel, but I just, if I can control it, I don't want to do it. So yeah, no, I'd rather be behind the scenes helping out other people. So if you guys want me to do another YouTube video on fashion jobs, I would be more than happy to, you know, do some quick research on more behind the scenes and how you can help those in the fashion industry. So just let me know, comment down below, or write me on Instagram, whatever you feel comfortable with. But that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and stay tuned for more videos. Mwah. Bye.